A lot of focus on Israel this week, next week, because of the perceived invasion attack from Iran. We're going to show you all the democracies in the Middle East and why Israel is so singled out. It's an extraordinary map I want you to see. You know, speaking of democracy in the Middle East, as Gaza is going to transition from run by Hamas to some sort of third-party administration of Qatar and the UAE and the United States and Egypt and Saudi Arabia or God knows what, the question arises, what kind of form of government is there going to be? And then people are talking about, well, what's your favorite Arab democracy to pattern Gaza after? So let's look at the map and we'll pick, okay? So when you look at the map of the Middle East, you see Iran, Iraq, Syria, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, Oman, UAE, Yemen, Morocco, Sudan, Egypt, Jordan, Turkmenistan. And there's a little tiny brown dot just off the Mediterranean. That's Israel. 99.9% of the landmass of all of the Middle East, not one democracy. The one democracy is Israel. And yet, all these other countries, if you protest against the government, if you speak out against the government, if you try and organize against the government, if you post online against the government, well, you could end up in jail. You could end up tortured. You could end up dead. Your family could end up dead. There's one country where that doesn't happen, Israel. So what are they going to do in Gaza? If you had a crystal ball, how's it going to be governed? Remember, Islam believes that democracy is the work of the devil. You know that. It's in their religion. That's why they don't have elections, at least not real ones, where there's several different political parties. How are they going to run Gaza? They had one election. They elected Hamas. That was in 2006. They've never had an election again. The last election in the Palestinian territories was 20 years ago. They had one. Then they banned them.
Wasn't what was his name during that time?
Yasser Arafat.
Yes, Yasser Arafat. I'll never forget that because I remember they were marching up and down the street when they were saying that they voted for him. They voted. I'll never forget that.
Yeah, they don't have elections, bro.
Yeah, I know. It was all
you could have the wrong person win.
Yeah.
So what they do is, well, forget that election crap, right? Because that's not good for you.
No,
because the people might choose.
Yeah, that's how you beat me to it. Yeah, the people might decide that they're going to select someone who's actually going to do the will of the people, and we can't have that. It kind of makes me think about what's happening here in America.
Yeah,
so.
We're not far from that. I'll tell you.
No, not at all. I mean, look what happened with the DNC and Kamala Harris. No one voted for her that we just talked about. But we voted for Trump during the primary, and that's who we got, and that's who we're going with. We're sticking with it. And it's the same thing happening in Israel. In the Gaza Strip, they're not going to vote for anyone. If they do, they'll just go through it and act like it. They'll go through the motions like they have. Right, we'll go through the motions. We'll just to make it look good. But no, this is who we want. This is who we're gonna put here to and long as the person is wanting to destroy Israel, they'll be excited about that person. Oh yeah, we all voted unanimously.
It's like in Russia. It's 99.9% of the people voted for Putin, and the 1/10% that got caught not voting for Putin, they never got heard from again.
Disappeared. Yeah.
Yep, they got disappeared. 100%.